People older than 30, what are some annoying things that young people do? This kills me too, because who do they think is making these video games? Who do they think is buying the majority of these video games? As a 33-year-old woman gamer, I get my fair share of brutality, so I feel you. I'm 45 and I still play video games. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Video games is all. So when some kid gets in our party chat, Xbox, and starts chewing me out or making fun of me cause I'm old and shouldn't be there, it ticks me off. Like, what are you gonna do when you're 45, kid? Tell the house robot to leave you alone while you play more Call of Duty VR? Go fuck yourself, you little turd. Kindergarten/primary teacher here. Kids are so wholesome until the parents buy them a phone. Middle school teacher here. You're right, but the parents should still teach them when and where to use it. Also, we have a lot of parents that text their kids back and forth throughout the day, not taking about emergencies, health, etc., which I understand, but that's also one of the reasons they're in school to begin with. We are charged with taking care of them, in the literal sense, as they are charged with learning. I get that times have changed and anxiety has increased, but it is very hard for a child to learn with constant distractions from their phone, aside from all of life's other distractions. Middle school is good, since they start managing their own social life and going places without parental supervision. At what age do you think children should get phones? Engagement algorithms is why we can't have nice things. My daughter's friend challenged me to Halo and asked how long I've been playing. I told him, I have achievements older than you. Can't wait to shut him up after work. I've heard 20-year-olds say, I hope I die before I have to turn 30. I wish them the best of luck. My 30s are so much less stressful than my 20s. Sure, there were a lot more spurts of partying and stuff in my 20s, but that's a pretty fleeting happiness. The look of astonishment when anyone finds out our age. I'm in my late 30s. When someone in their 20s hears that, they develop this look of shock like it's the 1500s and I should have died already from old age. Don't feel too bad. I'm a 60-something and I am regularly responsible for all kinds of really creative coronary events like age disbelief, stroke disorder. Old dude said. Yet? The local universe collapsed in my spleen syndrome, you know. Fun type shit like that, rolling on the floor laughing. I actually feel encouraged when I see posts like this. I'm 26, and so far my 20s have been the worst years of my life. I get sad when people say that these are supposed to be the best. But here's to hoping that things turn around in the 30s. Edit. Wow, I woke up to a myriad of messages. Thank you everyone for the lovely responses and experiences. Heartsuit, I can't respond to everyone, but your words are very encouraging. I'm happy for all of you, and this gives me hope that I may live happily one day. When I was 23 or so, I worked with a guy in his early 60s, and it blew my mind that he was born in the 40s. Awesome guy, we'd talk shit to each other all the time and he'd always say, some people's kids, when I was being too young for him or some such. He drove with both feet though, that was weird. Edit. He used his right foot for the gas and his left for the brake and always had his left on that brake pedal. My dad is only like 2 years younger than him and drives normally. I've driven tractors, forklifts, heavy equipment, lawnmowers, and manual cars throughout my life that require both feet and have never driven an automatic car with both feet. Send emails like a text or a DM, you're contacting me about a problem, and I know that from the fact that you're emailing me. I need you to tell me more than the words, I have a problem. Give me some details to work with up front so I don't have to go back and forth with you all day. My HS implemented a class on how to write emails and other comms stuff. We joked about it, cause we didn't think anyone would not know how to write an email, but I think you just demonstrated the necessity of that class, Do they still teach how to write letters in grade school? Using trauma to excuse mistreating people. This generation has pioneered making it acceptable to process and be open about trauma, and that's a great thing. But it's not cool when you behave in a cruel and selfish way and expect to get a pass because of it. Your mental health problems are not your fault, but they are your responsibility. Speak with confidence about shit they don't know about. Especially when it relates to life experience. My son punched me in the eye. He's 2, but I turned 30 a few months ago, so it counts. Everything has to be filmed and shared on the internet now. It's really lame and cheapens life, being an asshole just for TikTok views or whatever they do on that platform, sneering at younger kids or their own peers for being cringe. I fucking promise you that you're as cringy as they are. It's just going to take you 10 years to realize it. Listen to music in public without headphones. I love it when people recognize that many things aren't their fault, but they are their responsibility. Call me old when I'm only 30. I'm 31 and most of my coworkers are 18 to 20 and definitely think I'm old. I literally feel like my life is just starting now and only on occasion do I get treated as an adult by adultier adults. It's weird as hell. You actually never really feel older, just have more memories and experience. You actually never really feel older. This is something nobody ever tells you about getting old. My then 19-year-old classmate in uni called me grandma. I was 26. 20-year-olds who do this are just setting themselves up for an existential crisis by the time they're 25. As a society, we've got to get over 21 being the prime of life. I feel bad for anyone that thinks 30 is old. I'm 29, and veer between people telling me I'm young if they are somewhere 40s plus or people like 5 years younger than me telling me I'm now old because I'll be 30 in a few months.